So essentially, I was thinking about digital technology in shark research and conservation. So yeah, I'll just tell you guys briefly who I am. I've been working as a transdisciplinary human shark researcher, and yeah, basically how sharks relate to humans and what's our combined lived lives. So yeah, I've worked with cage diving in New Zealand. Then I've worked with shark attacks of Sundarbans, and presently, interestingly enough, I'm creating a new project, a transit project with Western Australian white sharks, and starting off with a citizen knowledge system. And yeah, we know what happened in Perth. I think only a couple of days back. So there is really a need to get a lot of information out. So what I'm realizing more than anything else is, I mean, this is basically a seed of thought here. I'm creating a new methodology of transdisciplinary human shark research, basically where I try to incorporate natural sciences, social sciences, policy, art, and media. Because particularly shark knowledge, just creating it means nothing unless it's communicated and it's put into policy. And an important part of that cog is demystification of the animals, because there is enough evidence to believe, because of the negative image of the sharks, a lot of policies are being hindered. So that's where digital technology can be very important. Right. Before I go into any other details, let me just make this clear. Sharks are invisible. So a lot of the technology that we used with, hyenas or, foxes or, other, land animals, even for, marine mammals, don't work with sharks a lot of the times. Having said that, so ultimately, I think the work that digital technology can play, or, could basically be unifying the streams of communication between creation of knowledge and dissemination, and how that is related to policy and um, image alteration, if I may. So, from the knowledge creation perspective, obviously, we have, there's a lot of drone survey nowadays, underwater autonomous vehicles, from eco and also particularly, drones can not just be used to get ecological information about sharks, but also is important for addressing human shark conflict, particularly in Australia and US, where they're using drones. And there's a lot of videos now you can see where someone's just on the surfboard and someone's taking a video of a big shark just next to them. So it's important to identify those points of contacts, and probably even avoid those potential conflicts. And obviously, there is now fish identification software, photo identification, and the other side of it, looking at the humans who are communicating with these animals, because that's an important part. It could be in tourism industry, it could be with fishers, it could just be people who are out in the water and seeing how they're communicating with the animal, with the environment, and how that conflict can be mitigated. Right, and dissemination, obviously, there's social media, shark notification. There is recently in the last 5-6 years, there's a lot of satellite tags on big sharks particularly, and because these are star sharks, because they are very big, and these the information of these tags, these live tags, are directly given out to the population and to the general public, which is very important. Beyond that, finally, shark demystification. I think this is where you guys really inspired me right now. And I was thinking, because I am kind of trying to create that platform for the Western Australian shark research. So Jesse, even Samir, I think it's important, because let's face it, knowledge by itself can't change people's attitude towards any animal, let alone a shark. We know that by Trump, we know that by Brexit, knowledge doesn't change behavior. It's how we connect emotionally, how we connect, through our folklores, through our cultures, and so on and so forth. That is where I think, I would like to take, my direction of my research into, basically, when I'm trying to create the image of the sharks, or trying to demystify them, how they're related emotionally, culturally, and historically with communities like the Aboriginal communities in Western Australia. And yeah, also, distribute it in the population through obviously visual, audiovisual materials, even VRs and, graphic art. So yeah, I think that's about it. It was just a seed of thought.